Today is an even day. Our first quote of the day is, even the darkest hour has only 60 minutes.
On this day in 1963, the hula hoop, a hip swiveling toy that became a huge fad across America when it was first marketed by Wham-O in 1958, is patented by the company's co-founder Arthur Spud Mellon.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could they even see you?
On March 8th, this Friday, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. after school, you can come to the Student Government Association dance. We'll be holding the second dance of this year, so bring your friends. Also, there are no activity buses on Friday, so make sure your parents know to pick you up at 4 o'clock.
Attention all 8th graders! The deadline for the Antietam Battlefield field trip is this Thursday, March 7th. Bring your form and payment to Mrs. Chung in the morning or during lunch.
The Environmental Club would like to get the awesome Parkland Panthers to participate in the What's Up poster contest. The contest theme is Third in Our School. The goal is to raise awareness of the importance of energy conservation and responsible recycling. Create a poster that shows what we do and your artistic talents. This is the last month to earn the prize. And the deadlines for all entries will be due March 20th, 2019. If you want to make a poster, participate in the contest. Please contact Ms. Peckhead in her room upstairs in 2014.
The PTSA Scholastic Book Fair is coming soon. Fans and student volunteers are needed for this event. Students can earn extra hours for helping set up on Friday, March 8th, and packing up at the end of the book fair. Now here's Sophia with our story of the day.
In anticipation of spring start on March 10th, 2019, most residents will spring forward by moving their clocks 1 hour ahead. This will make us lose a precious hour of sleep, but allow for longer days in the summer. The history of daylight savings time can be traced back to Benjamin Franklin, who suggested it in a 1784 letter to the Journal of Paris. He was not serious, though. In 1942, during World War II, President Franklin Roosevelt signed the World Time Bill. It was repealed 1 month after the war, but states were allowed to make their own decisions whether to keep it or not. This caused the chaos of the clocks. The state of Iowa had 23 different daylight savings time starts and end dates, while bus passengers on a 35-mile journey between Stebbinsville, Ohio, to Moundsville, West Virginia. They passed through 7 time zones during their 40-minute ride. The U.S. Congress passed the Uniform Time Act of 1966, which finally calmed things down. Here's a video with some more history of the daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time starts this weekend. Why do we do that again? I'm Anthony, this is D News, and in 1895, New Zealand entomologist George Vernon Hudson, who had a very smart mustache, was sitting in the dirt collecting bugs and thinking about how the days get shorter in winter and how many super sweet bugs he was missing out on because of it. So he wrote up a proposal and he said, guys, let's shift the clocks in the winter so we get more sunlight. And so the modern idea of daylight savings time was born because of bug collecting. It caught on in World War I when Germany decided to use it to conserve coal, and everyone started doing the same. In 1916, it became a law in England to observe summertime, thinking it would get the population outside more and promote better health and well-being. Then the US followed suit 2 years later, and then it just sort of stuck. And the longer it stuck, the more we just sort of came up with reasons to keep doing it. But those reasons don't necessarily hold up. First off, farmers don't really care about daylight savings time. Farmers run by the sun's schedule, not the clocks. They still have a shorter workday in the winter. There's no way around it. So you can let that theory die. Then there's the idea of energy efficiency. In the 70s, studies showed that by giving us an extra couple of hours of daylight at the end of the day, we kept our lights off and we knocked 1% off our energy use. But That was in the 70s. Thanks to computers, home air conditioners, businesses being open later, we've actually offset those savings. And you know, it's also kind of implemented confusingly. See, the US is one of only 70 countries that actually observes daylight savings time, which leaves a huge part of the world not doing it. And here's the kicker. The law doesn't require states in the US to observe it. The only thing the Uniform Time Act of 1966 actually says is, hey, if you're going to do this, you have to do it the same way as everyone else. So no setting the clocks back more than everyone or a week after everyone else does. And some of the US is like, cool, if we don't have to do this, we'll just pass. Hawaii doesn't observe daylight savings time. Neither does most of Arizona. Indiana used to be split between observing and not observing it, which led to a lot of confusion and a really good episode of The West Wing before the entire state started participating in 2006. So why do we observe daylight savings time? Well, depending on who you ask, we just do it because we've always done it, and it would be a hassle not to do it anymore. What do you guys think? Is daylight savings time something we need? Let me know down below and subscribe for more D News.
Here are the clubs meeting today: Robotics, Girl Tech, SGA, Toastmasters, Homework Club, Safe Sitters, Aladdin Rehearsal, Lego Freebuild.
Remember to be respectful and ready to learn throughout the day.
Keep your hands and arms inside the carpet. We